Hello children, welcome back to the e-learning class. Today we are going to explain the story Rishabh's Day with Granny. Children, in the last video we learnt meaning of the new words. Let us see the explanation of the story. Children, the story is about how a grandmother and her grandson, means Rishabh, spent their day. Also, we are going to focus on the festival Dashera. So let us start. Rishabh pushed open the door of his house and ran in. Is it you, Rishabh? Called his grandmother, coming out of the kitchen. She said, "Why are you so late today? Quickly wash your hands and come for lunch. You must be hungry." After they had eaten, then his grandmother washed dishes and they sat together. Children, when I read the story, I remember my childhood days when I spent days with my grandmother. Let us see what happened in the next. They sat together and started sharing. Rishabh was very excited. He said, "Granny, I saw a huge crowd on the streets today on my way home." "Oh, what were they doing?" asked his grandmother, patting his head. Rishabh told there was a huge statue of Rama with a bow and an arrow. There were people with loudspeakers on a truck, and everyone was shouting, "Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram!" Rishabh sounded excited as he narrated what he had seen. The color, the noise, and the march or troop had reminded him of an army. Rishabh's grandmother was silently listening to him. He continued his talk. He said, "Then, when they had marched down the road, I followed them to the market." Children, what was Rishabh talking about? Children, he was talking about a huge statue of Rama with a row and an arrow. The color, the noise, the march, and people shouting, "Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram!" Children, what do you think? Which festival would be there? Yes, the entire scene was about the Shera festival celebration preparation. Dashera celebrates God Rama's victory over the demon king Ravana and triumph of good over evil. Children, the epic Ramayana tells the story of Rama who wins the lovely Sita. The demon king of Lanka, Ravana, carried off Rama's wife Sita. Later, Rama and Lakshmana fought a battle to rescue Sita. The monkey god Hanumana and a huge army of monkeys helped them. Dashera is a famous festival of Hindus. It is celebrated on the 10th day in the Shukla Paksha of Ashwin month according to Hindu calendar. It is a celebration of the victory of good over evil. On this day, Lord Rama killed Ravana. So, it is celebrated to commemorate the victory of Lord Rama on Ravana and Ram Leela organized on this day. A tall effigy of Ravana burnt on this day. Do you know, children? The Dashera festival also marks the victory of goddess Durga over the buffalo demon Mahishasura. So, it is also known as Vijayalakshmi. In various parts of India, Durga Puja is also celebrated. People start new work on this day. The festival of Dashera teaches us that good qualities always win. There is a massive preparation for this festival which starts a few days in advance. People enjoy this festival a lot of, especially children, as they play games. Take 5 days in the carnivals organized. Dashera carries a lot of importance in the Hindu religion. However, people from all religions witness the marvelous act of burning Ravana. Let us see what happened in the next. Rishabh's grandmother suddenly said, Rishabh, do you remember the story of Rama that I told you last week? Well, Dashera in next week. That is why you saw those people on the streets today. Rishabh got a little confused. So his grandmother continued, do you remember that you went to the market during Dashera last year? What did you see there? Rishabh smiled and said, a huge effigy of Ravana. So the grandmother also smiled and said, right, so do you remember the story of Dashera? Rishabh excitedly said, of course, I do. It is the story where a demon called Ravana had kidnapped Rama's wife Sita. Then Rama and his brother Lakshmana crossed the sea to save Sita. Finally, Rama killed Ravana and went back home with his wife and brother. Rishabh's grandmother said, very good. You do remember how Rama had defeated Ravana? So that is why the effigy of Ravana is burnt every year on Dashera. The procession you saw today was for the same. They would enact the story of Rama and Ravana. I too will burn Ravana's effigy this year, said Rishabh with a twinkle in his eyes. After the long conversation, his grandmother patted his head and soon he fell asleep. Now, children, let us go to the next textual page. Page number 81. I talk. Question number 1. What do people do on the occasion of Dashera? Question number 2. Share your experiences of Dashera with your parents. Let us go to the next. I write. Match the following words with their pictures. Do it by your own. Children, as we learnt meaning of the new words, make sentences using these words in your notebook. Do it by your own. Let us go to the next page, page number 82. Answer the following questions in your notebook. Children, write the answers of the questions in your notebook. Let us go to the next. I draw. What comes to your mind when you think of your favorite festival? Draw in the given space. Children, do it by your own. Let us go to the next. Practice at home. Read the story to your parents. Now children, here we will stop. Let us meet in the next e-learning class with new topic. Till the time, stay home, stay safe. Thanks for watching.